Welcome to What's Trendy News. I'm Wayne Taylor, bringing you the quirkiest spins on today's top headlines. Stay tuned as we dive into today's hot topic. Literally, it might be so fiery it'll set off your smoke alarms. First up, we've got the administration dusting off their ancient history. Senior advisor Stephen hinted they're eyeing suspension of habeas corpus for migrants. That's right. They're trying to make history, so we might have to test those wrinkle-free parts of our brains to remember past suspensions. Only 4 of them since the dawn of America. But let's dig deeper into this legal thriller. Wayne, take the wheel. All right, so here's the deal. Stephen Miller, in his usual charm, revealed that suspending habeas corpus could be on the cards to deal with illegal immigration. Might sound like a plot twist from Law & Order, but Miller claims it's legit under the Constitution during, get this, invasions. This serious legal maneuver, usually as rare as seeing Bigfoot, was last triggered during the Civil War. So, are we comparing undocumented migrants to invading armies? Only time and some popcorn will tell. Plus, the suspense thickens with Rumeysa Ozturk's case. This Tufts University student, caught in immigration drama, was freed after challenging her detention with that trusty writ of habeas corpus. A right so cherished, it's practically got its own red carpet. While the courts tussle, Miller hints it's up to them to stop blocking deportations. It's like a judicial tug-of-war with the legislative branch watching from the stands, snacks in hand. Meanwhile, the Constitution's trying to stay aloof, playing hard to suspend. And that's a wrap on today's legal saga. We promise to keep you in the loop and maybe throw in some more flavor in the next installment of Who Wants to Suspend a Writ? Thanks for tuning into What's Trendy News. I'm Wayne Taylor, your host with the most amusing takes. Stay curious and remember, news doesn't have to be dull. Until next time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more quirky takes on today's top headlines.
Hey there! What's Trendy fans? Welcome back to your go-to spot for all things trending. I'm Willow Turner, and tonight we've got some news that's hit the music world pretty hard. Billy Joel, the man behind so many of our favorite tunes, is facing a tough time right now. He's been diagnosed with a rare brain condition, and it's got a lot of people worried. But before we dive into that, let's take a moment to remember why Billy Joel means so much to so many of us. From Piano Man to Uptown Girl, his songs have been the soundtrack to our lives for decades. He's not just a musician, he's a storyteller who's captured the heart of America in his lyrics. Now, at 76 years old, Billy's facing a challenge that's got nothing to do with music charts or sold-out shows. He's been diagnosed with something called normal pressure hydrocephalus, or NPH for short. It's a condition that affects the brain, and it's been causing Billy some real problems. He first noticed something was off when he started having trouble with his balance. Walking became a bit of a struggle, which is pretty scary for someone who spent their life on stage. At first, people thought it might just be part of getting older, or maybe even early signs of Parkinson's, but after some tests, doctors figured out it was NPH. Now you might be wondering what exactly NPH is. Well, it's a buildup of fluid in the brain that puts pressure on important parts. This pressure can cause problems with walking, thinking, and even controlling when you need to use the bathroom. It's not a common condition, which is why it often gets mistaken for other things. The good news is that NPH can be treated, which gives us all hope for Billy. The treatment involves a surgical procedure to drain the extra fluid from the brain. It's delicate work, but it can make a big difference for people with NPH. Billy's been really brave in sharing his diagnosis with the world. It's not easy to talk about health problems, especially when you're in the public eye. But by opening up, he's helping a lot of people learn about NPH. Many folks had never even heard of this condition before Billy spoke out. Now people are looking into it, and some might even recognize the signs in themselves or their loved ones. Of course, this health scare has meant some changes to Billy's schedule. He's had to postpone several shows, including some big ones at Madison Square Garden. For a performer like Billy, canceling shows is a big deal. It's not just about the music, it's about connecting with fans and doing what he loves. But right now, his health has to come first. His fans have been incredibly supportive, sending messages of love and encouragement. It's really touching to see how much people care about Billy and want him to get better. This whole situation reminds us that even our musical heroes are human. They face health challenges just like the rest of us. It's a wake-up call to pay attention to our own health and not ignore warning signs. Billy's openness about his struggle has started important conversations. People are talking more about brain health and the importance of getting checked out when something doesn't feel right. It's also shining a light on how we treat older adults in our society. Sometimes we brush off health concerns in older folks as just getting old, when they might be signs of something serious. Billy's case shows us why it's so important to take these things seriously and get proper medical advice. As we think about Billy Joel and what he's going through, it's natural to feel a mix of emotions. There's worry for his health and sadness that he's facing this challenge, but there's also admiration for his courage in sharing his story. And let's not forget hope. Hope that the treatment will work and that we'll see Billy back at his piano soon. This situation has brought fans together in a really special way. Social media has been flooded with messages of support and memories of favorite Billy Joel moments. People are sharing stories of how his music has touched their lives. It's a reminder of the power of music to connect us, even in tough times. As we wait for updates on Billy's condition, there are ways we can show our support. Listening to his music, sharing our favorite songs, and keeping him in our thoughts are all meaningful gestures. Some fans are even organizing listening parties or charity events in his honor. It's a beautiful way to celebrate his legacy while sending positive vibes his way. Now I want to hear from you, our What's Trendy family. What's your favorite Billy Joel song? How has his music impacted your life? Drop a comment below and share your thoughts. Let's fill the comment section with love and support for the Piano Man. And while you're at it, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you found it informative. It helps us reach more people with important news like this. As we wrap up tonight's update, let's keep Billy Joel and his family in our hearts. Here's hoping for a full and speedy recovery. We can't wait to see him back on stage doing what he does best. Until then, let's keep his music playing and his spirit alive in our playlists. Remember, folks, health is precious. Take care of yourselves and look out for each other. That's all for tonight on What's Trendy. I'm Willow Turner, and I'll see you next time for more of what's making waves in our world. Like, share, subscribe, and stay trendy, stay kind, and keep the music playing. Good night, everyone.
Good evening, folks. I'm Whitley Tyler, and you're watching What's Trendy News, where we make even the most serious news sound like a punchline. Tonight, we're diving into the world of hip-hop legal drama and Trump's big beautiful bill. Grab your popcorn, because these stories are juicier than an overripe peach. First up, Sean Diddy Combs just faced the music in court. But don't worry, he's not completely off the hook, he's still in hot water, it's just not boiling. Diddy managed to dodge the big charges, but he was still found guilty on 2 counts and could face possible jail time. I guess he thought Uber for escorts was a brilliant business idea. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Diddy could face up to 20 years in prison, but let's be real, that's about as likely as me winning a Grammy for my shower singing. The judge has to go through a complicated process to determine Diddy's sentence. It's like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube while riding a unicycle blindfolded. Experts say the sentence could be much shorter than the maximum. Apparently, judges in New York are feeling generous these days, handing out sentences shorter than my attention span. The judge can consider everything from Diddy's charity work to his professional success. Maybe they'll take into account his ability to make catchy tunes, and I'll Be Missing You might take on a whole new meaning. In the courtroom, Diddy celebrated like he just dropped a new hit single. But hold your horses, the prosecutors might still have a few tricks up their sleeves. Stay tuned for more updates on this hip-hop legal saga. Who knows, maybe Diddy's next album will be recorded from a very exclusive gated community. Wait, just in, the judge denied Diddy's bail. Well, next up, Trump's mega bill. Now, we'll dive into the latest political circus, a shiny new bill that's about as beautiful as a dumpster fire. Then, we'll explore how this masterpiece of legislation manages to simultaneously pat the rich on the back while kicking the poor in the teeth. Let's start with healthcare. Apparently, Congress thinks Medicaid is too generous. Their solution? Work requirements and paperwork nightmares. Nothing says American dream like making sick people jump through hoops for basic care. And food assistance? Oh, it's getting a makeover too. Expanded work requirements for the elderly and homeless, because clearly, what they need is more bureaucracy. But wait, there's more. The bill allows taxpayers to keep enjoying tax cuts they already had. How magnanimous. And state governments are left holding the bag, forced to choose between education and keeping people alive. Tough choice, huh? Now, for the cherry on top, a $1,000 investment for newborns. Nothing says fiscal responsibility like throwing money at babies, while gutting social programs. Let's not forget the real victims here, the wealthy. They'll only get 60% of the tax benefits. How will they survive? Here's a shocker, even Elon Musk thinks this bill is a bad idea. When the king of questionable tweets thinks you've gone too far, maybe it's time to reconsider. And finally, the piece de resistance, a cool $46.5 billion for Trump's border wall. And, where's Mexico? Well, that's all for tonight's edition of What's Trendy News. I'm Whitley Tyler. Subscribe to What's Trendy and stay tuned for more updates on our slow descent into madness. Good night, and good luck, you'll need it. Welcome to What's Trendy News, I'm Ren Thomas. Tonight, on What's Trendy. Forget gold. Forget Bitcoin. If your portfolio doesn't have at least one AI stock, are you even investing in the future? Tonight, we're gonna take a look at some heavy hitters in AI. Walt, why don't you introduce the first company?
That's right, Ren. AI isn't just running chatbots, it's running the stock market. So, grab your coffee, your crystal ball, and, if you're so inclined, a financial advisor. Here are 10 AI stocks experts say could mint millionaires. First up, Nvidia. Ren, this company is already a tech giant. Think about Nvidia like the arms dealer in the AI arms race. Their GPUs power everything from ChatGPT to autonomous vehicles.
Next up, Microsoft. They didn't just invest in OpenAI, they supercharged it. Bing got brainy, Copilot invaded your Word docs, and Microsoft stock got a caffeine boost. Next up, Google.
Thanks, Ren. Google's Gemini may have tripped on launch day, but don't count out the company that made search engines and ads their playground.
Walt, you may or may not have heard of this company, it's kind of secretive. Government contracts. AI battlefield tools. Let's just say if Jason Bourne had a stock portfolio, Palantir would be top 5.
I can't say that I have heard of Palantir. That name doesn't ring a bell, but I'm going to do some research, which is what everyone should do before investing in any company. Number 5 on the millionaire mint list is Intuitive Surgical. I is in surgery. Yep, their Da Vinci robots aren't just sci-fi, they're slicing tumors and delivering returns. Even the medical field is embracing AI. What's the next company, Ren?
Walt, I know you've heard of the 6th company on the list, Amazon. From Alexa to warehouse bots, Amazon's AI footprint is as wide as its delivery empire. And that cloud? You might say, AWS is printing AI cash.
Number 7 is C3, AI. This one's literally called AI. Small cap, high risk, but major buzz. Wall Street can't decide if it's the future, or just great branding.
Company number medical symbol 8 is Recursion Pharmaceuticals, RXRX, where AI meets biotech. This company uses machine learning to discover drugs faster than you can say clinical trials pending.
Ren, AMD is not just NVIDIA's rival, but also its shadow. AMD chips are powering everything from AI servers to gaming consoles with machine learning magic.
The last company on the Could Mint Millionaires list is Meta Platforms, Meta. Formerly known as Facebook. Facebook rebranded to chase the metaverse, but don't ignore their AI push, especially in language models and content curation. Remember, past performance doesn't guarantee future Lamborghinis. But if you believe in the AI boom, these 10 stocks are worth a look.
Make sure to follow, like, and subscribe to What's Trendy, where news meets money with a circuit board twist. Got an AI stock you're betting the farm on? Drop it in the comments. Welcome to What's Trendy News. Go ahead and subscribe, I'm Walt Turner, bringing you the juiciest celebrity gossip with a side of giggles. Tonight, the wedding of the century, Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez's Venetian extravaganza. Folks, this wedding was so lavish, it made my cousin's backyard barbecue nuptials look like a drive-through Vegas ceremony. Jeff Bezos, the man who could probably buy Venice, tied the knot with Lauren Sanchez in a star-studded affair that had more celebrities than my Instagram feed. The lovebird said, "I do," on the picturesque island of San Giorgio Maggiore. I hear the guest list was so exclusive, even my invitation got lost in the Amazon warehouse. Speaking of guests, the Hollywood red carpet was rolled out in Venice. We're talking Oprah, Kim K, Leo DiCaprio, everyone who's anyone, except for yours truly. I guess my invite got delayed by standard shipping. Now, let's talk fashion. Lauren's dress was a Dolce & Gabbana masterpiece with 180 buttons, more buttons than Jeff has billions. And speaking of billions, her earrings arrived in an armored van. Talk about prime delivery. But wait, the bride gifted guests with goodie bags filled with Venetian treats. The 3-day extravaganza concluded with a pajama party. Because nothing says, "I'm rich," like wearing designer PJs worth more than my yearly salary. This wedding was so over the top, it makes me wonder, did Jeff Bezos add to cart on the entire city of Venice? This wedding reminds me that love is in the air, and so is the smell of money. Next up, Trump's big beautiful bill. Well, we've got a doozy for you, President Trump's latest attempt to make headlines. Spoiler alert, it involves a bill and possibly some creative accounting. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your toupees. Donald Trump, the man who turned "you're fired" into a national catchphrase, is now trying his hand at legislative magic. He's reportedly working on a bill that would give him retroactive immunity for, well, pretty much everything. Now, I'm no legal expert, but I'm pretty sure that's not how laws work. Sorry, Donald, but what's done is done. Now, this isn't just any ordinary bill. It's a bill with more twists and turns than a roller coaster at Mar-a-Lago. Apparently, it would not only cover his presidency but also his entire life. Talk about a lifetime warranty. Just imagine the fine print, valid for all actions, including, but not limited to, questionable hairstyle choices and excessive use of the word huge. But seriously, folks, this bill is raising eyebrows faster than Trump's tweets raise blood pressure. Legal experts are scratching their heads, wondering if this is even remotely possible. Spoiler alert, it's about as likely as Mexico paying for that wall. In the meantime, Trump supporters are hailing this as a 4D chess move, while critics are calling it a desperate Hail Mary pass. But, it's certainly keeping us entertained. And there you have it, folks, the never-ending saga of Trump's presidential adventures. This has been Walt Turner for What's Trendy News, reminding you that in the world of politics, truth is often stranger than fiction, and a whole lot funnier. Good night, and make sure to subscribe to What's Trendy.
Welcome to What's Trendy News, where we bring you the hottest stories with a side of eye rolling. I'm Walt Turner, your guide through this circus of current events. Coming up, the US decides to play bombing bingo with Iran, and Trump's war drums are beating louder than ever. Plus, Israel started with itchy trigger fingers. So buckle up, folks, and hit the subscribe button. Let's dive into our first story. Apparently, the US has decided that what the Middle East really needs is more explosions. Who would have thought? The brilliant minds at the Pentagon have concocted a plan to bomb Iran's nuclear facilities. Because nothing says peace in the Middle East like a good old-fashioned bombing campaign, right? And who's the maestro behind this symphony of destruction? None other than our favorite orange-hued Trump. He's back, and he's brought his war playlist with him. But wait, there's more. Israel got the party started because why let the US have all the glory? The Israeli military started by unleashing its own brand of diplomacy on Iran. Nothing says let's talk like a barrage of missiles, am I right? Meanwhile, the rest of the world is watching this unfold like it's some kind of twisted reality show. Keeping up with the warmongers? Anyone? As we wrap up this delightful segment of global insanity, remember to stay tuned for more updates on this developing story. Who knows what other brilliant ideas our world leaders will come up with next? This has been Walt Turner for What's Trendy News, bringing you the latest in international madness. Until next time, keep your helmets on and your fallout shelters stocked.
Welcome to What's Trendy News, where we bring you the hottest stories with a side of giggles. I'm Willow Turner, and boy, do we have a zinger for you today. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and let's talk about Mark Zuckerberg, CEO and AI talent scout. Stick around for this metaphysical journey. Well, move over, LinkedIn. There's a new talent roster in town, and it's got Zuckerberg's fingerprints all over it. Folks, it seems the Meta CEO is playing a high-stakes game of collect 'em all with AI researchers. Word on the street is, Zuckerberg's building a dream team to win the AI war. I guess when you can't beat M, you gotta recruit M. This secret roster is like the Avengers of the AI world, minus the cool costumes and superpowers. But who needs flight when you can make a chatbot that understands sarcasm, am I right? Apparently, Zuckerberg's been busy sliding into the DMs of top AI talent, probably with messages like, hey, wanna help me turn the metaverse into a real boy? It's like he's assembling his own suicide squad, but instead of saving the world, they're saving Meta from becoming MySpace 2.0. But here's the kicker, this isn't just about finding the brightest minds. Oh no, it's about finding the brightest minds who can also rock a gray t-shirt and jeans combo. You know, for uniformity. In all seriousness, though, this move shows just how seriously Meta is taking the AI race. It's like the space race of our time, but with fewer rockets and more algorithms. Will Zuckerberg's elite squad help Meta leap ahead in the AI game? Or just endlessly scroll through cat videos? Only time will tell. Remember, in the world of tech, today's groundbreaking innovation is tomorrow's outdated meme. Coming up, the Senate's endless vote-a-thon on Trump's big beautiful bill, and the must-Trump romance gone sour. Let's dive into the Senate's marathon voting session. Because nothing says functional democracy like sleep-deprived politicians arguing over a bill named by a reality TV star. The US Senate is burning the midnight oil, voting on Trump's one big beautiful bill. It's a real masterpiece, folks, tax cuts for the wealthy, Medicaid slashing, and a cool $3.3 trillion added to the national debt. Because who doesn't love a good deficit, right? Fiscal conservatives like Rand Paul and Tom Tillis are throwing tantrums, but hey, what's a little party infighting among friends? They're racing to pass this beauty before July 4th. Nothing says patriotism like rushing through a controversial bill, am I right? Next up, the Musk-Trump saga. It's like a soap opera, but with rockets and tweets. Elon Musk and Trump used to be thick as thieves, advisory councils, campaign funding, the works. But Musk decided to bite the hand that fed him. He started trash-talking the big beautiful bill, whining about the federal debt. Trump, being the stable genius he is, responded with all the grace of a wounded rhinoceros. Now, Trump's threatening to pull federal contracts from Musk's companies. Because nothing says free market like government retaliation. Stay tuned for updates on this clown show we call politics. I'm Willow Turner for What's Trendy News, reminding you that in a world full of fake news, we're proud to be genuinely cynical. Make sure to subscribe.